Hey fellow crafters, welcome back to the channel. This is DawnDoesLife and today I'm working on my Chuck Pinson sanctuary. I'm finally in my last square, so that is good. As you or some of you may know, January was supposed to be my catch-up month and I didn't get as caught up as I wanted to. So I just wanted to carry it into July and make sure that I get at least this one done, and then I do have one other one that I can work on as well. So I don't know, I just wanted to get some of these behind me so that I didn't feel so guilty about opening up brand new pictures to do. WIP stands for work in progress. That's me working on my Chuck, you working on whatever you want to, while you play me in the background, and I will chat away and give you an update on sort of what's been going on in my neck of the woods. Hope you guys are all doing really good. I'm just going to get right into it here. The first little bit of June was actually not too bad, and then things got a little hectic for me. So where we left off, I think I had told you guys that my daughter was getting ready to move to Calgary, which is it's the province over from Saskatchewan. I actually used to live in Edmonton, and when I was a little girl, I lived in Calgary too, but she's now there. Her and Ben have settled into their new place and are continuing to get settled even more. And but their place is nice, and they seem really happy. Caitlin really seems to like the neighborhood they have moved to. There's lots of greenery, and she likes that. And Ben's dad owned the apartment that they were in before while Ben was going to university, and I actually really liked that apartment, but it was dark. It didn't get the sunlight that this one gets, so she's really happy about that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, they're settled, and I'm unsettled about the fact that they're settled. But we are working to possibly take a trip up there in August if Greg can get the coverage for him to go. So we're looking forward to that, and her whole idea of us going down there, it'd probably only be for a couple days. That's as much as he'd be able to get away. But she wants to take us to IKEA, which it's been many years since I've been inside an IKEA. And then she wants to do some walks around their neighborhood, and then also she wants to go to Canmore and do some walking up around that area. So looks like she has some stuff for us to do. And it'd just be nice. It'll be nice to see her in her new place, right? Settled in and making a life for herself, and it's just also exciting for her. Here, so I'm just working on these ABBEYs to kind of get them out of the way so that I can start working on the other color. I did lightly start on this section before today, but I knew I had to get a wipnchat done, and I had actually tried to get one done the other day, well, probably about 4 or 5 days ago, and totally forgot to hit record. I'm such a doorknob, but anyway, so thought I would try it again. And this time I'm looking and it is recording, so bar any other technical difficulties, I should be able to get this one out in a day or two. I don't know if any of you film wipnchats, but I always go through them and like take out the dead space, because you guys are already spending so much time, like wipnchats are longer videos, that I just can't stand that. Like when the ahs, I hate when I say I'm working on it, as I just said it, but the ahs and the ums, I wish I didn't say those so much. Anyway, so what else has been going on? The day after, am I all done my fours? I think I am. The day after I filmed my last wipnchat, so I think the day after my last wipnchat came out, so I think that one came out on June 6th, and then on June 7th, I'm sitting at my computer and I hear this, Dawn, you gotta come here, quick. It was my husband. And he's like, there's a bird on our deck. And I'm thinking, so? I have bird feeders out in the yard, and so in my head I'm thinking, well, it's just one of the birds from the bird feeder. But he's like, no, he's like, really, you've got to come here. This bird, I've never seen this bird before. So I come up to the patio, and I'm looking out onto our deck, and no kidding, there is a little tiny green and yellow budgie sitting on my patio chair. And I'm like, what the hell? How did this little guy get into our yard, number one? And then also, I can't leave it there because budgies are prey birds, like cats. Mostly cats and crows would be what would go after it. So I couldn't leave it, and he was just sitting on the chair, and he wasn't moving. I mean, he was alive, but he was just like looking at us. And so I walked up to him, and he fluttered down, but he didn't seem like he could get any flight. So he fluttered down to the deck, and then I got closer to him again, and he did flutter up a little bit, but he hit the side of our fence. And then he went back down into the yard, and so I was like, Greg, we have to get him out of here. He's not going to last long if we don't. And part of me was thinking, I didn't know if there was something wrong with him. So I thought if I came back into the house, let me just pick a color before I start babbling away here. Let's try this. I think I'm going to do this little sideways arrow. 762. So I came back in the house and I grabbed a tea towel, and I thought, like, I was so afraid he was going to either fly under our deck, which is too close to the ground for us to be able to get to. So he would have been stuck under there until he decided to come out. And the other thing, I thought, our next door neighbor has a dog, and the dog was already at the fence with his nose under the part that's a little bit higher to watching what was going on. And I thought, oh, if he goes too close to that dog, it's game over. So I got a tea towel, and I went outside, and I finally got the tea towel over top of him. He must have been just so stressed out. And if you guys know me, you know how much I love birds, and I was just like, Dawn, bird lover to the rescue. So got the tea towel on him, and then I was able to pick him up, and I brought him into the house, but then I didn't have anywhere to put him. So I took Milo's old cat carrier, and I put newspaper and stuff in it, and then I got him in there just so he could settle, and he was safe. And it's got the mesh sides, so he was able to breathe and see what was going on, and I just thought that was the safest for him. So then I'm on the phone. I'm like, I'm not set up to care for a bird, and also because he wasn't flying and he really wasn't moving a whole lot, I thought something was wrong with him, and I just was so freaked out. So I called animal control. Well, they don't take birds. So I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. And the lady at animal control said, well, try calling the small animal hospital at the university. And so I called them, and they said, well, yes, we can take him, but then you're responsible for the bill. And I said, like, I just found him in my yard. And I don't know, I was a little weirded out by that, because I understand vet care is not cheap, but also, you know, there comes a point where if you think there's a bird in distress as a veterinarian, do you not like take care of the bird first and worry about how you're going to collect your money after? Anyway, so the guy I talked to suggested that I call Saskatoon Parrot Rescue. Well, I didn't even know that there was such a thing. So I went online and I looked, and it's only through Facebook, and you have to actually message them through Facebook. So for whatever reason, I was thinking, oh great, like I'm not going to get a hold of them right away. So I didn't leave a message, and I kept looking and knew I could go back to that if I needed to. So I found this other organization called Saskatoon Living Skies, I think it's called. And they deal more with wild animals, mostly birds, but they do handle other animals as well. And I called them and I just explained. I said, you know, I called the hospital. They won't take them unless I agree to pay him. I meant take him. And I looked and saw that there was this Saskatoon parrot rescue, but it was all by message, and my concern is that I'd have to keep him overnight, and I'm not sure if he's okay. And he's in a cat carrier right now. So, like, not ideal. Birds like to perch, and there were no perches in this cat carrier. So anyway, she said, yeah, they would take him, and they would get in touch with Saskatoon Parrot Rescue and have them come and pick it up from there. So this had happened early evening, and by the time we got the bird to the Living Skies, it was like 10:30 at night, and I'm in there, and the girl is taking the bird out of the cage and just doing sort of a once-over, and she figured there was something going on with one of his wings. But on the way over there, every time I went over a bump in the road, the bird would just start squawking at me, like totally mad. And when I was there dropping off the bird, I had to fill out some paperwork about where I found him and stuff. The lady showed up from the Saskatoon Parrot Rescue. So I should have just gone with them to begin with, because they were much quicker than I would have thought that they would be through Facebook. But they were really quick. So she got the bird, and I asked her if I could keep tabs on it and see how it was doing, because I was really worried about it, and I love birds. And she said, of course, just message her tomorrow. So I did. And she said the same thing, that on her way home, the bird was just squawk, squawk, squawk. And it made me just like go, oh. But, I mean, the bird had been so quiet, not really moving, and then it was making these noises, and that just made me happy that it had oomph in it, and, you know, there was something there. It was letting me know that it was pissed off at me. And so same thing with her. But anyway, she said the bird was doing okay. And so this Saskatoon Parrot Rescue, you guys, my Lord, I can't even believe what they do. So they will take any bird, any stray bird, parrot, and what they do is they post it on their site for a week. And if nobody comes, so that gives them an opportunity to find the actual owner. And if nobody comes forward, they put the birds up for adoption and make them, or, you know, help them go to a home that's like more forever and more suited. Not just anybody. You have to fill out a whole form, and they ask you a ton of questions. But anyway, she, at the end of a week, messaged me, and she said, nobody's come forward, and we wanted to know if you would like him. And, or actually it turns out it's a her. And Greg had been saying to me from the second that I got the bird and turned the bird over, I can't believe you did that. You want a bird. This bird is like, it was like, it should have, it was just meant to be. He landed in your yard for a reason, and then you turned him in. You know, like, I can't believe you didn't take the bird. So I took the bird. It's a little green and lime yellow. And actually, I'm going to put a shot up on the screen of the day I got him, and then I'll put another shot behind it of him now in his cage. And he's just so adorable. But I keep on saying he, and he is a she, according to the lady at Saskatoon Parrot Rescue. She figures it's a girl, and she figures it's around the 1 year mark. I don't know how they tell that stuff, so I'm not going to question it. But we've named her Kiwi. And I just love her. She's so sweet. So I've got her in a cage in the front room, in front of the front room window, and we have this whole routine. I wake up in the morning, I take the cover off her cage, and then I turn. I have a voice remote, so I like budgie sounds on YouTube, and it takes me to budgie videos. And there's this one video, mango and chutney. And the second the video goes on, she just goes bonkers for it. So, like happy, singing and chirping and anyways, so we do that every day. And so then I play those for a couple of hours, and then I go up and I try to give her some spray millet by hand. I've really been working on her to build her trust. So the day that I got her, I handled her. And then when she very first came to me permanently, I kind of manhandled her a bit. And I don't mean that in a rough way, but I was taking her out of the cage and I was holding her and trying to get her to stay on me. And got bit quite a bit, but that's okay. And I realized that I would actually like to build a trusting relationship with her. So I put her in the cage and just gave her a few days to get used to the cage. So I wanted to tell you guys, this Saskatoon Parrot Rescue, when they asked me if I wanted the bird, I said, okay, well, how much does it cost to adopt? And she said, it's $20. And I said, okay. And she said, and that comes with the cage, toys, and a week's and food for a week. And I said, I was thinking, okay. So I said, okay, that's good. That gives me a week to find her a new cage. And she said, no, we give you the cage, and we give you enough food for the week, and we give you the toys. After a week, they become acclimated to their cage, and it becomes their home. So I'm like, seriously? For $20, you guys give us the bird, the cage, toys, and food. In Saskatoon here, you cannot buy a budgie by itself for less than, I think the lowest I've seen is 40, like 39. And then it goes up from there depending on if they're fancy or whatever. And then on top of that, you have to buy the cage. Well, the cage she gave me, it was $129, and the toys she put in were not like cheap little Walmart toys. They were actually nice wood blocks with straw and just bells, and although bells I'm not too sure about, but like, wow, I could not believe that they did this. So I have decided that anytime I feel like donating to an animal shelter for the next little bit, it's gonna be these guys, because I don't know, it's something special what they do or what they're doing, and they must take on a lot of costs themselves, because there's taking care of a bird and providing it with a cage and toys and all of that other stuff. It cannot be a cheap endeavor to care for birds. So I was really, really super impressed with them. If you're in Saskatoon looking for a bird, I think if I was ever looking for a bird again, I would go through them. Like I said, I did not even know they existed. So way to go, Saskatoon Parrot Rescue. Like, that's awesome. And I now have a cute little budgie. I didn't picture myself getting a budgie. I thought I wanted a conure. And I still at some point think I would, but this little guy, I don't know, I think he knew that my yard was the yard, that he was going to be okay if he landed in my yard, and as it turns out, he is. So, but I've been working, and I keep saying he, I apologize, you guys, it is a she, but I keep working with her to build up her trust. So I'm doing this thing now where for a while, I just sat with her and I didn't go anywhere near like the inside of the cage, and I would just sit, do my own thing, chat at her, and then just kind of like leave her be, but interact with her. Then I started putting my hand on the outside of the cage, and if you guys can hear my new little kitten, which is another story, batting toys around in the kitchen outside my door here. But anyway, so oops, I think I did one too many. I graduated from putting my hand on the outside of the cage to putting my hand on like a perch, but not the one she was on. And then I would spray that with, or temper that with also trying to feed her millet by hand. And now she's pretty comfortable with my hand being in and around the cage. But where did this guy come from? Oh, did you hear the meow? It's like, where are you, Dawn? But now I'm starting to touch some of his feathers and, or her, sorry. And I'm just really slowly, it's been slow going. It's the 13th of June and we got her on the 15th. And so I am really, really taking my time to make sure that I don't overwhelm her. But, so yeah, that's what I was doing. And then, so we had a few days with her and she was on my kitchen table for the longest time. And then I got a rolling cart from the pet store and put her on. The rolling cart fits the cage perfectly. So I've got her now in front of the front room window so she can see what's going on outside and stuff. She can see her world and get like lots of sunshine and all that stuff without actually taking her outside. And so that was the 15th. And then on the 24th, we got our little munchkin. And by that I mean the kitten. So I've shown pictures in my last FG normal video. At the very end, I did a bonus clip of just introducing Jasper. I also did a short video where he's like attacking a gift bag. It's so hilarious. I'll put those up in the corner of the screen there if you want to go see them. The short video is like 25 seconds long, but oh my god, did it make me laugh. Of course, I might think it's funny and it might not be, but I think it's pretty funny anyway. So he came to us. We met in the PetSmart parking lot, and she handed him over, and we brought him home. And for the first night, all he did was sleep and cuddle. So he must have been like really stressed out. Now he's a little maniac, and he's definitely a kitten. He wants to kill and eat everything. And last night, actually the night before last, I started kind of flailing the, we have like a feather at the end of it's like a soft toy at the end of a stick with some ribbons, and he goes nuts for this toy anyway. I started getting him to do like full-on flips in the air. He's so acrobatic. He's adorable. And oh, my husband still bugs me and says, like, he'll text me and say, "How's the Night King?" Stupid jerk. His name is not the Night King. We decided to go with Jasper. We thought Jasper would be a fun name, but also a cute name. I had thought of the name Loki. I also thought of Oreo. Casper. His coloring, he is a Seal Point Himalayan, so he's got the dark ears, the dark center at his nose, and then dark paws and a dark tail. And then everything else is like this white, kind of creamy gray white. And soft. Oh my goodness, you guys. So he follows me around the house. He gets very mad if I'm not around. And when I go to bed at night, I spend about half an hour, 45 minutes dodging all of his stealthy little attacks, because somehow in bed, when I'm at my most vulnerable, is when he decides that I'm the best looking prey. And he doesn't really bug my husband. Like, it's all me. We're in the same bed, and it's like he leaves him alone. He leaves Greg alone, and then he comes after me, so. But he also sleeps on top of my head every night, just above my head on the pillow. Greg works out of the house every single day, so I do have a bit more time with him. And yeah, he's really developed a need to be around me at all times, which I don't mind. because he's so adorable. What else has been going on? Oh, you know what? I want to do a shout out to a channel here. Channel name is DawnDoesLife, and I took a screenshot, so I'm going to add it on the screen here, but I just want to read what she wrote. Like, look at that guy. I don't even know if you can see it, but oh my god, he's so cute. Where is the screenshot? There it is. So I had bought, this was in my one day savings unboxing, and I will link that up in the corner up there as well. But I was talking about using this to brush my drills on the tray and try to get into the corners. And she was nice enough to leave a message saying, the other end of the brush is better if you can't pick the drills up to put them away. It's made of a sticky stuff like the no-slip mats. I love it. And I did not even know this. So this end of the brush is this jelly, rubbery, silicone-y, I don't know, stuff. And you just literally, like, it picks up drills. So I had no idea, and I would not have known if she had not said that. So thanks, DawnDoesLife. And by the way, I like your channel name, DawnDoesLife. What are the chances of that? But I just wanted to give you a shout out because I really do appreciate any time you guys have extra tips or tricks that I may have missed. Absolutely share them with us because I think it just makes the community better, right? So yeah, thank you, DawnDoesLife. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so much smarter today knowing that. And I just want to share it all with you. So, yay! I'm just about done these on here. Where did my... There we go. What else has been going on? So I got the shirts done for my brother-in-law. I did the design, and then I printed out the design on Cricut, and then I iron transferred it over to his shirts. But I do have one more shirt. So he asked for 10 black shirts, white writing, and then at the last minute he ordered a white one with black writing. So I had to go out and buy the iron-on vinyl for that. And then Greg's friend has also asked me to do a shirt for his D&D character, and he wanted that in red, so I had to buy some red vinyl, iron-on vinyl. And then I also got, I went to Michael's the other night, and I got this is Silhouette, not Cricut, because the Cricut one says it's inkjet printer only, and I have a LaserJet, so I'm going to do an experiment. My daughter wants a Calgary Flames logo on a shirt for their cat. So I got this printable heat transfer for dark fabrics, and I'm hoping that I can print the Calgary, because I couldn't find a file that I could convert in Design Space, so I'm going to give that a try. And I'm actually thinking that I might do that on film. The Design Space itself is, it's just, I would have to do a screen record, which is no big deal. And then just move my camera to aim at the Cricut for the printing out, and then I could show you the weeding. Not from a perspective of, you know, this is how you do it, because there are a lot of videos out there right now on how to do things on a Cricut, but just more from the perspective of, I'm brand new to this. I really honestly don't have a huge clue of what I'm doing, and this will be fun, and this will maybe show that it can be done. Like those 10 shirts, you have to measure out where you're going to put them. You have to fold the shirt in a certain way so you get your center point, and sometimes it's not exactly even, and so it was a little bit of work to do it, but I'm so glad that I did it, and I would love to do it again myself. What am I looking for? Sorry, I'm just checking these sections here to see if I have any more of those half arrows, because I don't think I do. Yeah, I think I've done those. Okay. Except that I will probably come across one or two that I've missed, because that's always like, look at these little up. I did these up arrows already, and this is the second and third one I found since putting it away. Yeah, I don't really see any more. Okay, let's put that away. I don't know how much I got done, but I'm just trying to think if I have a very much left to talk about. So, so you guys, oh my God, did you hear that? That was my diamond painting pen going off my work table, my workstation, which is higher, and it rolled off into my tray. Oh, that gave me a heart attack. Wow. Okay, let's just put this up here. Hope it doesn't go anywhere. So the only last thing, I'm not going to start another color. I didn't get a whole lot done, but I did get some done, and I'm going to continue to work on it. I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't think very many more things are going on, or have gone on. I did happen to find, well, at first it was 3 more Dollarama diamond paintings. And as you guys know, or if you don't, I did do an unboxing of one. I came across it. I was so surprised. It was in the craft aisle, and I had never seen them before, and my eye caught this one. That's all they had. It was the last one they had, so I grabbed it and I did the unboxing. Then since then, I've gone on a bit of a hunt to other locations of Dollarama, and I found a couple more. So I found 3 more the last time I went out, 3 different designs, and I found another 2 more just last night when I was out. So I now have 5 Diamond Art Club paintings that I'm going to be unboxing on the channel. Initially, I was only going to do the 3 in one unboxing, but I think I'm gonna have to split it into 2 because I just don't think I can unbox 5 all at once. I think that would drive you guys nuts. I don't know, but you guys would be pleasantly surprised at the quality on these. I was really, really happy with it. The clarity, the stickiness, all of it is actually quite good, and they were $4. So the way I look at that is, if I'm ever traveling anywhere, I've got a diamond painting that I can take, and if something were to happen to it, oh well, it was $4. I can get another one. That would suck. That's not the goal, but definitely that is something that I have thought about, and it would be a good use for it. Like if I was going down to Mexico, you know, in the evenings there's that downtime, and I mean, I'm not 20. I'm not out at the bar late at night. We're in our room. We're watching TV or whatever. I mean, I could take one of those and have something to do. I don't know. Anyway, just thinking out loud. That's all I have to talk about for today. I didn't want to make this too long, so thankfully I did what I had. It looks like I will be able to keep it down to a somewhat decent size. Hope you got some work done on your whatever you're working on. I got a little bit of work done on mine, and you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. If you like these videos or these types of videos, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. And then as well, if you feel like it, and if you aren't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel and come back here a little more often. Other than that, grab somebody you love, give them a hug, and I will catch you guys all in the next video. Bye.